Studio Tminus began when my partner John and we left work one day, and at the time we were just having a conversation in the parking lot. It started out being a 5-minute conversation to then an hour, then 2 hours, and in this conversation John said to me, hey, we should do our own thing.
We have a little bit of experience under our belts, and we're young and we're talented. It's a great time to venture out and to try some new things and to take some risk. And we felt like that was one of the biggest things that pushed us forward and motivated us to start the studio. The thing that inspired me most to become a designer was just going through this world and looking at different products and looking at fascinating things and just the way they make you feel, and sort of that emotional response that you get when you look at something for the first time.
Growing up, for example, I always found myself tinkering with things. I was always curious about how things worked, how they fit together. But not only that, I had artistic talent all around me. My dad was a painter, my sisters painted, my brothers. They're all artistic. And so combining those two things, my curiosity about how things work and my artistic ability and influences, I found that industrial design happened to be this perfect career for me that incorporated these two things that I absolutely loved. I tend to be the more analytical and technical, and John tends to be the more imaginative. So I find myself doing a lot of the 3D work, and John finds himself doing a lot more of the imaginative sketch work. And it works really well together. So if he comes up with a concept that's a little bit more out there, I tend to bring things back into reality and say, okay, well, let's think about how this works. And if I come up with a concept and it's a little bit too grounded in reality, he can then say, well, what if it were like this? And then that gets my wheels turning. And so we work pretty well together as far as coming up with solutions that work and are imaginative at the same time.
It's great to be working with somebody who has almost all the time a creative zeal and just an ability to inspire me.
Studio Tminus uses SketchBook Pro in communicating our ideas to customers when we need to show a certain level of realism or excitement.
It's really easy in a digital workflow to then create combinations, do different colorways, provide different information on that product to the client, and it's all done very quickly through layering and through using the robust tools that SketchBook Pro has to offer.
It allows us to do quick overlays, to render and show materials in a more realistic way than we would be able to using traditional media like pencil, pen, and marker. And so it allows us to bring the level of our work up to a new level. For example, if we have a new client, we really want to impress them, most of the time we'll turn to a digital sketch tool, SketchBook Pro, and use that to then render or create our concepts to then give them that wow factor.
Out-of-the-box capabilities that SketchBook Pro has. I remember the first time I learned how to use SketchBook Pro, and it only took me about 10 minutes.
Autodesk Sketching software has specific features that allows me to work efficiently within my workflow. For example, the brush customization is huge. The out-of-the-box brushes rarely work for me in any digital program, but the simplicity of customizing the flow, the size, the taper, all these features of brushes allows me to have my own set of brushes.
Autodesk sketching tools are crucial to our business.
You notice that we don't have a lot of paper lying around. Sure, we use paper. We'll never get rid of it. We use it to doodle and scribble, but a lot of our final concepts are executed in SketchBook Pro. And again, because of the low cost of entry, we're able to deliver a high quality deliverable to our clients at a very low cost. Whereas if I were using traditional media, I'd have to print out this photograph, get my tracing paper, get my pencils, be sharpening them in between, and then having to do overlays, scan that in, and then pull it into a program like Photoshop. So it's just more efficient working with SketchBook Pro.
We're small studios, so we like to jump in and be able to sketch really quickly and deliver to our clients the most concise and clear deliverable we can.
For anyone looking to pursue their passion, that thing that you've been dying and wanting to do for some time, my advice is just do it, especially if you're young. If you're young, it's a bonus. You have all this energy to put into this pursuit.
Somehow you'll find some light, and my kind of thing is even if you don't, your eyes will adjust.
Don't take no for an answer. Don't believe it when people say, hey, you can't do this, you don't have enough experience, because it's not true. You do. You have the energy, the passion, the power to do what you put your mind to.